Okay. Okay, I'd like to call the meeting of the Social Services Committee to order. Let's start with Majority Council. Could you please call the roll?
Sure, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Fine,
Here.
Simpson, Brusky,
Here.
Cleary, Smith. Lockhart,
Here.
McLaughlin, Hurley,
Here.
and Chapman. 5 present, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. First order of business, previous business, approving the previous meeting minutes. Do we have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Motion, Mr. Bruschi. Is there a second? Second, Mr. Purley. All in favor?
Aye.
Oppose? Okay, pass unanimous. Okay, on to current business. Number 2, authorizing the submission of a grant application with the New York State Office of Children and Family Services regarding the provision of behavioral health and child protective services. Commissioner Manning?
Commissioner Manning is away this week, so
Okay.
I'm Deputy Commissioner Nicole Ward, and I'll be taking over for her. Good evening, Chairman Fine, legislators. The Department for Children, Youth, and Families respectfully requests legislative authorization to submit a proposal for grant funding to OCFS for Federal Child Abuse Prevention and Treatment Act, the CAPTA-CARA. Albany's identified location or allocation for this is $90,000, and it's 100% federal funding. DCYF would use this funding for a behavioral health worker co-located with CPS to assess the families we serve, and provide intervention as it relates to substance use disorders. We look forward to participating in this initiative with your approval.
Thank you, Deputy Commissioner. Are there any questions from the committee? We have a motion to approve.
So moved.
Motion.
I'll second it.
Second, is that Mr. Bruschi? All in favor?
Aye.
Oppose? Pass unanimous.
Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Commissioner Ward. Okay, on to item 3, authorizing an agreement with the New York State Office of Temporary and Disability Assistance regarding grant funding and amending the 2022 Department of Social Services budget. Commissioner McClave?
Yes, good evening. We're looking for requesting approval to retroactively accept an allocation of $1.125 million from the Office of Temporary and Disability Assistance for a new program that the state has started and has given allocations to every county to establish a rent assistance program. They expect this to be an ongoing program, 100% federal funding, state funding with a 10% administrative allocation for the county to administer the program. And it is to provide ongoing rent assistance to households with less than 50% of area median income. And it will pay up to 85% of fair market rent for people who are homeless or facing imminent risk of homelessness.
Thank you. That's great news that the state is starting this program and providing us with funding. When will this program get started?
Well, we have submitted an application stating that we will be interested in accepting the funding, and the OTDA must approve our proposal. We submitted a proposal outlining what we project we'll be able to do with the funding, and they have will take their time, I assume. And when we receive approval, then we can get it up and running. We're looking at potentially June.
Okay, thank you. And, there's been a lot of talk about the fact that for the ERAP program, people who live in public housing were put at the end of the list, at the end of the line. Will people who live in public housing have access to this program? I'm hoping that they're not put at the end of the line again.
I'm not sure about that. This is for, I think, I don't know, I have to find out exactly. I know the criteria is you don't have to be on temporary assistance. You don't have to be in receipt of DSS services, but you can be a working person with, but your income must be 50% or less than area median income. And then if you're paying, but I think it depends on the program, because in some of the public housing programs, you're not paying more than 30% of your income anyway. So this program goes until you are able to pay 30% of your income. So we would continue to pay the person's rent until they reach that income level where they're able to pay 30% of their income. So just by that category could potentially eliminate eligibility for public housing programs.
Okay, thank you. Could you get back to us with the answer to that question?
Yeah, if the OTDA will give me the answer, I will, as soon
Okay.
as they.
Thank you. I see Ms. McLaughlin.
Yes, is this going forward? Or is this to provide opportunities to get funds for back rent? And the second question, we won't be required to turn this money over to the state. Oh, this is state funds, right? Because the other money we got for ERAP, we turned over to the state so that they could administer it. So this is not the same conditions.
Now, this is the state funding that they're giving to the counties optionally. It's an option for
Okay.
the county to take it. And I'm sorry, your first question?
This is going forward. This is not for
Yes.
back rent?
There's no arrears. This is not
Okay.
paying any arrears.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other questions from the committee? Okay, hearing none. Do we have a motion to approve?
First.
Ms. McLaughlin, is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Cleary, all
I'll
in
second.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed unanimous. Okay, so that,
Chairman,
yes.
I think I missed the vote on the minutes,
Okay,
so I'm in favor.
council,
Thank you.
can we address that?
We've noted Mr. Cleary is now here.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so that completes the agenda. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second,
Motion.
all in favor?